Excuse me. Obviously, felt like it was a good win for us. This early in the season, I thought we played a really good complementary game. Time of possession, rushing yards, all the numbers we talk about when you look at the call sheet at the end of the game, and thought all three units were really good. And I'm sure when we watch the tape, there'll be a bunch of things that we have to get cleaned up. Early in the season, all these teams, ourselves included, were in a race to get better. But I was proud of how they played. I thought we were physical and played with a lot of energy.
So is that the plan, to get to a physical game and kind of?
Well, there's never a football plan that doesn't involve trying to be physical. You never go in saying, well, we're going to go. It's the first game of the season. We'll look at our pad level on tape. But I thought we won some of the key numbers, though, particularly the rushing numbers. And, there are a lot of things that go along with that. Time of possession, time your defense is on the field versus your offense. We just handled a lot of those things well.
Three times in the first half, he
Yeah.
down and ran for first down.
Those were big plays. I mean, they ultimately helped us with the first field goal. I thought he played very well. He was locked in, focused. We spread the ball around, and we're going to go through that tape, and we're going to look at some of the throws, and there might be a progression or two, but I thought he played very well. Yeah, look, really, honestly, and I mean this with all due respect, that no one really cares. When you get relocated and all those other things, those are just, exit opportunities. We tried to do our best organizationally, and one of the game balls went out to all the people that are involved in the logistics. There's so much that goes into equipment, hotel planning, and all of that. And the main goal is to create an environment where all the other distractions are removed and you can focus on football. And those people really did a good job in the past 2 weeks.
Were you surprised y'all were so clean for this game, considering you hadn't played a game in 2 weeks?
Yeah, look, it's hard to, as a coach, it's hard to understand maybe or predict how that first week, you get ready for the start of the season and you're kind of looking. I mean, you have an idea on areas that you feel like are going to play well, but you're still wanting to see how we do as a unit. And I was encouraged. I loved our energy.
Should this surprise you?
Well, look, doing this as long as I have, there's nothing that surprises you. We knew we were playing, one of the best teams in our league last year, a Final Four team. So, it's hard to go into a game and say, hey, this is, the outcome that we're expecting. You just want to go in and put yourself in a position to win, and then do the things necessary and really not do the things that keep you from winning. So I was encouraged with that.
Did you see the defense gelling earlier in camp this year than maybe?
Well, I felt like we've seen that in the last 2.5 years, really. That confidence has continued, and those guys feed off their energy, and I felt like on the sideline, I felt like units were feeding off each other, and that's when you have a chance to have a decent football team.
It seemed like they were targeting him early.
Look, we're playing. If you went back and we read the reports, one of the top third down teams, one of the top overall total offensive. I mean, there's so many things that they've been able to do well that those guys on the back end played exceptionally well. I thought we rushed them, contained the rush. We got some turnovers, and we did it against one of the better quarterbacks that this league's seen in a long time.
The two fourth down calls on the 14-play 10-minute touchdown drive would seem audacious, but can you tell us about the thinking there?
Well, look, you got to pick your spots where you want to be aggressive, and it's a little bit easier on that end of the field, even though it was, call it the 40, and I felt pretty good about the calls, like what we had. Sometimes you know, in a game you've used a call maybe you wanted to use, but we felt pretty good about what we had.
Can you go back to the 4th and 7 call specifically and what you saw?
Yeah, once again, look, a punt that goes into the end zone, bring it out, and you just start looking at it. And, you know, I felt like this has been a zone team on film. And we saw a little adjustment they made with the formation. We kind of gave them the same formation. This was a year ago off of Ram film. So it's kind of out there, but we got a similar look, and it just kind of left a really good opportunity for us to throw a screen over to Juwan.
You get excited about this particular call? When I saw that formation, I was like, you could just tell this is going to be an interesting play call, if that makes sense. Like, are there certain calls you're like, I can't wait to actually get
the ones that work. I get excited about those.
Sean, was there a sort of chicken and the egg situation between choosing a hot location and having the game plan that possessed the ball? Like, did you feel like that was kind of game plan?
We practiced. I mean, yeah, we felt like the hotter the better. I mean, and that's no disrespect, but you know, let's just say this game was in the wintertime and the circumstances were flipped. You know, you'd get a team like Chicago, Cleveland, you know, finding cold weather, you know, against a team that plays in the dome. So we appreciate that we had this. Surface was great. People in Jacksonville were great. So one more question. Well, that was the plan. That was the plan.
How much, you said it's a distraction, you could make it a distraction in Dallas and here. I think for people back home, it's a welcome distraction, something like this. And the people that traveled here, do you think this meant something more?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was answering that question relative to our challenges. The challenges back home are far greater than our team getting on a plane and playing an away game or having to relocate. The challenges back home are far more significant. And, you know, hopefully today was a good break from everything else that people have been focused on. Thank you.
Oh, I mean, they're incredible. I feel like, and I know everybody else in here feels like we got the best O-line in the league. So they did what I expected them to do. I mean, even with Eric going down, C's stepping up and moving the center, and Throt coming in and playing guard. I mean, it's interchangeable, and they do a great job. You said what? As far as what? I mean, I ain't have no questions about him. You know what I'm saying? My impressions is what I felt the whole camp. You know, I mean, he works hard. Like I said before when y'all asked me about him, I mean, you see what he did early in his career when he threw for however many yards and touchdowns. You don't do that on accident in this league. So, I mean, Jameis is, I mean, he's a pro quarterback. And, I mean, I'm impressed, I guess. But, I mean, that's what I expect from him. I mean, even if you ask him, he feels like he can still get better. So that's what I love about him. Like, he's not satisfied. So, I mean, we still got a lot of work to do.
Was he locked in a way that was maybe a little different, or is this the same guy you been saying?
He locked in. I mean, he's always locked in. You know, I mean, he a silly dude. You know, everybody kind of has a different perception of him. But, I mean, when he coming to work, he coming to work. That's it. I mean, he don't play. Nobody give a shit. That's how I feel. I mean, nobody. They're not gonna postpone the game. They're not gonna say, "Oh, well, the Saints had a disaster happen in New Orleans. It don't matter. You know, we got to do what we got to do. We were blessed to be able to get out of there and be able to, you know, pivot and be accommodated the way we've been accommodated. And I mean, like we still got to handle our business. We still got to practice. We still got to play. I mean, it is what it is. So I think everybody was locked in. Nobody was really worried about that. I mean, obviously, you know, it's like I said, it's terrible what went on at home, but you know, we still got work to do. So I think that's what everybody was locked in on.
Sean Payton said he actually sometimes likes the focus that can come with situations like this. Seattle a couple years ago, you did the same thing every time you go to London. What is it about him, or maybe this team in general, that the Tony sense that you got so good
Sean loves that. I don't know. I feel like we always locked in. It's something about a road trip that just makes Sean like a little kid on Christmas. It's like, yeah, we're in the hotel together and da-da-da. I'm like, bro, we always in the hotel together. But I mean, it's nice to see guys like, you know, just be together and be focused. You know, that's the main thing I look at when we go on these road trips. I mean, we got a lot more time to kind of run around and do stuff. Like, we're in a new city, and it's almost like you want to go explore and do things, but everybody was locked in like we was at home. So, you know, I get whatever Sean's saying, I agree.
Elvis, some people may have predicted a demise post-Drew Brees. Do you think this was some type of a statement, sends a message to people who question this team post-Drew Brees?
I feel like it's always doubt with us. Every year, they're like, oh, well, the Saints can't do this because something, or, you know, Drew's gone and it. I don't. I'm the wrong person to ask because I don't care. Like, we still got work to do. We come in every camp, do what we got to do, put in work. We come in every season, and you know, our goals is the highest goals. So we're not looking at, oh, well, this person is gone, so man, we might not be. Man, I'm coming in every year thinking we're gonna be the shit.
We're always asking you questions about stuff you do that's unbelievable. That 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2 where you maintain your balance.
Man.
How do you know where you were on the field?
I was trying to keep my head up. I saw the stick, so I'm like, man, if I can just keep my balance and get the ball to where I can reach it out, I'll be all right. So I ended up kind of finally getting the ball and being able to transfer it to my right hand and kind of reach. So I knew it was a first down, but I wish I could have stayed up.
So you had your eyes on it while you were trying to maintain.
Yeah. I was like, just keep your head up. It hurt kind of.
And I'll just talk about Caesar, you know, obviously shifting center midway through the first quarter. You know, did that change how you went about your offense?
No.
What kind of luxury is it to have a guy who can just slide?
I mean, interchangeable. I mean, and all I said once Eric went down, I'm like, Caesar, get a snap. He's like, I know how to snap it. I'm like, all right, go ahead. But I mean, he knows what he's doing out there. Like, I think I got a question earlier this week about Caesar. I mean, from year 1 to year 2, I mean, he just knows what he's doing now. Like, he kind of got an approach to the game is where, like, he kind of waiting for a challenge. You know what I'm saying? So I guess first game that was a challenge, but he did well. So I mean, it's encouraging to see that.
This is the worst loss of Aaron Rodgers' career. You all were underdogs in a game. I mean, did you have any ideas like this could happen?
Didn't I just say I feel like we always the shit? I don't know what I mean. Hey, I don't really care about Aaron Rodgers' stats. I just worry about what's going on in our locker room. I knew we were ready. We had a great week of practice, besides the circumstances, and we came out and we had juice, and the momentum was in our court, you know. So whatever they got to do to go get better, they got to do that. But I mean, we 1-0 and we got more work to do.
With that line in you and Tony, do you feel like you guys can kind of bully teams like this and put your will like you want to?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think our run game has always been a strength. But you know, Tony showed some good things, and he's being able to come in there and get some good looks and pop some good runs off, and I feel like it's just going to evolve as the season goes on.
How you guys doing?
What did y'all want to do in this game plan against the Packers?
Just eliminate explosives. last time we gave up too many explosives, and we just knew coming into this game, eliminate the explosives, keep everything in front of us, and we'll take care of everything else. Our D-line did an amazing job up there pressuring, so it just took care of everything in the back end. We could just do our job.
What did you see on that pick that he threw, basically right to you?
Well, all offseason I was working with my trainer Josh Mitchell and Keith Curry, like going to the post, just breaking on the post, reading the quarterback, and that's just what I did. I just read my key, just like I do every play, and if I just do my little things right, it takes care of the big things. So I just broke to the post and took the ball away.
What would the key be on that? Because you're on the other side of the field.
I can't give you my tip, or everybody gonna know.
Did you keep that ball?
I keep every interception ball. I got all of them.
So I know that the takeaways have been the big this summer. So now that the DBs have kind of won today, are the linebackers gonna have to come back and
I mean, we all together. We all as one. If I get an interception, they got an interception. It's one team mentality. They root me on when I get an interception. I root them on when they get an interception. But if it wasn't for those linemen up front, I wouldn't get an interception at all because they were pressuring their butts off today. Everybody in covers was doing great, so I'm just back there and just making the play.
I know you're concentrating on you guys, but did you notice a frustration or a desperation from them?
Shoot, I don't really worry about them. I just worry about what we got to do. We have that mentality, one play at a time, and go out there and compete. And that's what we did. We went out there and competed every single play, and we just did our job.
Marcus, how would you describe the way Paulson and Debo played? It seemed like early on they were sort of targeting him.
I mean, he playing ball. Shoot, I don't see a let off from last year from him coming in. I think he came in with a lot of confidence, and he plays with that swagger that he knows he could do. So he comes in, he's playing, he's balling. He doesn't care who he lines up against, and you can see it on the field. You see him blocking up number 17. He may have got a flag, but we don't know if that really was a flag. But he's doing his job as a rookie coming in.
Marcus, does the speed of this defense and the ball population feel any different than other years? Does it feel faster, like this is a group?
I mean, I guess you would have to tell me. I mean, we just do our job, and that's what we've been harping all off season. Just do your job, do your 111, do your job. So we all do our job. We come together, we talk about it. We're in the film room. We stay after in the film room, and you can see it. You can see us communicating on the field. You can see where we're lining up. If I got to put somebody up or something, but it's all that off-season work's coming into play right now.
Are you further along in that process this year than other years? It seems like you really hit the ground running for that.
I mean, it's just game one. We got to keep stacking these games and go back to the drawing board. I don't know if we did every single thing right in the game, but we just did our job today, and we'll see what happens next game.
With Rodgers, I mean, obviously he's the reigning MVP, and you know how good he is from experience. With this defense having had a few key personnel changes, is it, in that first game, I mean, what do you think it does for the confidence of the unit, showing that you can perform against him that way?
We have 24 hours to taking this win. We don't take any game for granted. We're happy about this game. Great team, but we came out here and we dominated like we were supposed to, like we know we should. And coming into next game, we just gotta go back to the drawing board and starts all over. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We play every game like it's a playoff game because you never know what seed we could be in following those games.
How much emphasis do you guys place just team-wide on taking care of the ball, turning the ball over? It seems like that's just like...
It's a big emphasis. Taking the ball away, getting the ball back to our offense, it correlates. If we take the ball away, get our offense the ball, they're going to score points. So, I mean, the ball is the most important thing on the field. So we take that ball away and we score. I mean, the person with the most points wins. Appreciate it.
Early on, that they were sort of targeting you a little bit, and did you expect that?
For sure. I mean, coming in, first game, I kind of expected to be targeted, so just tried to kind of embrace it. And hopefully, if I play well early on, then it'll kind of, simmer down.
Did you see that? Did you feel that happen?
I don't know. I think a little bit at first, kind of let's pick on the young guy, but then honestly, I think they were just running their offense. So. Yeah, just was tailpiping the dude. Just like following him behind him. Just saw the ball, just caught it. I tried it, yeah, whatever. I was following the dude. I saw the ball and caught it. So feels great. Obviously, coming into every game, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm going to get a pick, but to actually have it, and then especially, the quarterback that it was, all-time great, definitely cool.
Did he keep the ball?
Yeah, I got it.
But even more so because he went to Cal, right?
That too. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
But you weren't part of the defense last year, and there's been some tweaks, and I think the fans were kind of anxious to see whether this defense would live up to the recent season's performance level. What did this defense look like to you as a first time member of it?
Yeah, I think just a lot of effort. Everybody's running to the ball. Guys are flying around. So, it's the first game, so you don't want to jump the gun. There's obviously stuff we have to work on, especially myself. Some mistakes that I made early on. But as a team, I feel like we're heading in the right direction.
What were you feeling coming into this game? And first time you played a game that really counted for anything in a long time?
Yeah, feeling a little bit of nerves, obviously. First game. I feel like the preseason games helped a lot. Just kind of getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, just coming in, first game, just trying to make sure that I do my assignment, don't bust any plays, don't try to do too much, just kind of do your assignment.
I remember Mark was saying last year, it was like you get the first play out of the way and it's like kind of almost going away.
Yeah, definitely, you line up, you get 1 or 2 plays and okay, I can play with these guys. And then from then on, it's just glorified practice.
And it seemed like you really opened up a little bit on that run back. You were showing off the speed there. Did you think you were going to get to the house, or what happened on that?
Oh, yeah. I just caught the ball, and I was thinking, don't fumble. So, honestly, I'm mad I got tackled. I probably should have went the other way, but got an interception. So.
Did it go almost better than you maybe expected that it would? Was it almost better than maybe you thought?
Coming in, I always, expect highly of myself, so I want to come in and play well. I'm excited that I played well. I don't think I'm shocked, but at the same time, it's early on, and there's a lot for me to work on.
Where are you at right now, just knowing that Roby's going to come in next week, and who knows when this is going to get a chance to start, right? So.
Yeah, just coming in for me every time I step on the field, just make a case, make sure that they know that I'm a guy they can count on, and every day at practice, show myself. Every time I get a chance to play in the game, show myself.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Did Jameis just might have overthrown it just because you couldn't how open you were?
To be honest, I think Jameis was excited. Just getting guys open. Just wanted to throw me a ball. He was like, yeah, you go get it. And, the previous play, I guess the passer, not the pass interference, roughing in the passer. We just kind of have a conversation, just like, just give me another ball, I'm gonna get it. And yeah, he had trusted me. This is stuff that we worked on pretty much all summer. Like, we going to Tampa, going to his crib, and having those times where we get like, all right, we gotta get this down, we gotta do this. Multiple times in that heat where it was like 105 degrees on the turf. So this is stuff that we kind of worked on all summer, and it's kind of showing up in the season.
On that 4th and long.
Go ahead.
We're asking the same question. So I guess, what did it feel like to you knowing that Sean and Jameis had the confidence in you that you would be able to convert that play?
Yeah. I hope you see it. During the whole training camp, they had a lot of trust in me from the very beginning, knowing that they could, move me to tight end, knowing that we only picked up one guy for free agency, knowing that we picked up Nick.
that left room for me to step up big. Just having them have confidence in me and not even knowing that I did anything last year. That's weird. I don't know. They record me or something. I don't know. But I just think them just having that confidence in me, from the very beginning was something that I just kind of took and ran with it. I took my training to a whole nother level, and I just had to put the pedal to the metal, which many people would say. And I guess people are starting to see it now. So.
What did you see on that play?
Say it again.
What did you see on that play?
Which one?
The fourth and long conversion.
Oh, fourth and long conversion with the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember who was rushing me, but he was pretty big, and so I was like, dang, like I gotta get out of here quick because if not, he gonna get the sack. So I just try to do what Dan Richard tell me, do my pass sets. People really don't see me do a lot of pass sets, but I've been working on them. So I've been doing it, and then really just trying to push him, and we knew the exact look we were gonna get. It's pretty much wide open, and our tacklers made great blocks. Ram made a great block, and just sort of spring us for a first down. So yeah.
Yeah, Sean said that was based on a play from last year. What did you
Yeah.
the play from last year?
Yeah. So Trout actually ran the play last year in Denver. I guess he was too scared to score. He got tackled at like the 4. I'm like, Trout, like you just scored a touchdown, but it's kind of like the same play that we ran in Denver. We kind of scripted it the exact same way. We knew we were gonna get. And we knew we was going to get down 4th and long and try to get the first down.
Was that a play like you guys were sitting on, waiting to use in a situation like that?
Oh yeah, we knew that play was going to happen. Like from the moment he put it in the game plan, I was like, all right, let's see what we can do now. And so you see Trout even had a screen himself today, and got some big yards. So it's just real good that that Sean likes to use his tight ends and even uses in the screen game. Pretty athletic tight end. So. It's good that he trusts us in that aspect.
Since Trout has run the play before, when y'all practiced that, was it always you in that play, or was it you and Trout in those practices?
Yeah. So just for that particular situation, that was me, and he had his own little thing. So we got a lot going on in the game plan, and the thing is we gotta be locked in no matter what, because he can go down, I can go down, and he has to run that play, or I have to run the play that the other play. So we just gotta be locked in at the end of the day. We know Sean likes to utilize his tight ends, and obviously it's big. We roll with 3, 4. We have 4 tight ends on the active roster, so he's gonna use us.
You said you knew you were going to run that play at some point. Did you know it was going to be a high leverage moment whenever it was run? Is that the kind of
not exactly. I mean, Sean knows. Sometimes I don't even know. I just go out there, hit a play, and get ready to do it. But for the most part, you knew something like that was happening. My personnel was called, so kind of break it down. Where we're on the field that we're at. It's like, all right, we have an idea of what's going to happen. So it's good that we ran that play, kind of unexpected. Obviously, they didn't expect that. Just kind of caught the screen and tried to get some yards.
The first touchdown, that seemed like sort of a basketball rebound, and you were boxing out.
Yeah.
Can you describe it that way?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. My high school basketball coach would love this, even though he would hate to say that I use a basketball reference because I quit after my freshman year. So don't tell him about that, but he'll probably hear it anyway. But it's pretty much like that, honestly. Like I was just trying to sit, find some space, and then James put it up, and then I try to get it, try to get the top shelf, what they say, and just try to come down with it.
You keep that ball?
I did. I really did keep that ball. I did.
First NFL touchdown?
First NFL touchdown, felt great, many more to come. I had another one today, so yeah. But it felt great, go out there and do something with the boys.
Did you feel the impact of you guys inflicted your role in the trenches? Did that help things in the passing game?
Oh yeah, we were running that ball today. I don't know. I know our line is good, but we played really good today. Yeah, Tony Jones doing his thing, Alvin doing his thing. So I'm really proud of Tony just because him stepping up and really really embracing his role as that running back. So he's doing really good. I'm really proud of those guys and keep pounding the ball because it's opened up the passing game.
Does it seem at all surreal to you, just in the context of I think last season you made your NFL debut basically in the regular season, had 4 catches all year, and then in the first game of the following season in a new position to essentially exceed your entire previous year.
Yeah. Man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's really God, bro. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like just from the year that I had last year, just being able to play, I was excited. And knowing last year when I got cut and I was on practice squad, I feel like I told you guys before, I just hated that feeling, sitting and watching the team play, and I feel like I couldn't contribute. Because I've always been a guy that I just always wanted to just be out there and contribute. I don't care about stats, I don't care about catches, just like to win. I love to win. And so when I couldn't do that, I had no control over it. It cut me deep. So this offseason, I really grinded hard. Like I grinded really hard. So, really coming out here and them having trust in me and them, valuing me and giving me the ball and having me allow me to make plays and be on special teams it's a blessing, man. Like this is something that, I prayed for in the offseason. Now I'm finally seeing it during the season.
And knowing New Orleans, like you've gotten to know it, just as a human being.
Right.
How do you hope that this level of performance will be received by the people who are rebuilding?
Oh, yeah.
Live and watching?
Yeah, everybody in New Orleans, we all love you guys. Everybody knows that. We all love everybody in New Orleans, and, that game was for them, especially, knowing how resilient they are, knowing how strong the city is. I mean, this is the strongest city, like, I've ever seen, man. Like, for them to go through so much and for them to just be out there today, given what they did, doing the Who Dat chances, it's incredible, man. And that's something I'm just blessed to be a part of. So, yeah, that was from New Orleans. All right, absolutely.
Any chance to get live? Any chance to get live? Brian, you voiced your confidence on the defense pretty early in camp. Did you just feel the group click earlier this year that kind of gave you guys that confidence and continuity help with that in the gelling process?
We certainly know the challenge at hand. We know the identity of our team. We know the role that we have to play. So we felt good. Anytime you're able to retain a bunch of guys, a lot of us have been together for 4 years, same defensive coordinator. We know DA is going to throw a lot at us from a game plan standpoint. You know, even in training camp, we've evolved over the years in what we do in training camp, you know, doing a lot of the stuff that we're going to have to do during the season. So I think we felt as confident as you can feel going into a first game with the unit that we have.
So it's just kind of like perfecting the process a little bit over time.
In this game, it's hard to have as much retention as we've had. You know, you hear it and it almost becomes cliche, you know, talking about the culture that we have. And, you know, creating a culture, you have to have the right leadership, you know, from a coaching organization to the players that you bring in. You have to have guys that play at a high level that the organization want to keep them around. And then you have to have the ability to not lose guys. And so when you're able to have, you know, top safeties, top corners, top defensive linemen, top linebackers, you know, not guys that are just, you know, really good players and good starters, but, you know, top 5, top 10 at their position on the same unit, you know, the standard goes up. And to be able to retain those type of guys over, you know, 4 or 5 year span, you just build continuity. And we're very fortunate. And so to whom much is given, much is required. And so when we have those, that's rare, you know. And so when you have it, you have to appreciate it and you have to own it and make the most of it.
Tomorrow, there's a lot of people smiling in Southeast Louisiana after what's been a rough couple of weeks. How good does it feel to be able to give people all around the New Orleans area that today?
That's important for us. That's very important for us. Just wanted to stop and say, you know, even though we're not back at home, our heart is with you know, our family and friends back in New Orleans in the Gulf Coast region, and you know, our prayers are there, our support is there, and certainly going into this game, we knew it meant a lot, not just to us, but it meant a lot to the city. We even talked about it as captains that we knew that, you know, even though some people don't have power, they're going to find a way to watch the Saints. And that's just what we mean this team means to the city, and the city means the same to us. We're one. And certainly being able to, you know, have a statement game like we had today, which kind of revives hope in an adverse time. And so, you know, we always gonna push through. We always gonna be resilient. We're gonna get to the other side, and this was representation of that.
Mario, Sean Payton has always said that he kind of likes the challenge that comes with situations like these and the focus it brings to the team. Seattle comes to mind a couple of years ago when you guys were together winning in London. What is it that he does in these situations that helps exude so much confidence?
I think the best thing I've seen a gift that Sean has is his ability to think ahead and to never be thrown off balance. You know, any team, any organization is only going to go as far as his leadership, and the head coach, you know, speaks is the definition of that. And I think he's the epitome of great leadership. He's just very good at kind of letting us know, like, this is how things are going to play out. And even in a situation like this where it's so much unexpected, his ability to pivot and put us in a position to be able to focus on the task at hand and block out everything so we can get the job done, I think he does that very well, probably as good as of anybody I've ever seen.
Hey, Mario, I know you're not on the field when James is out there. What was it sort of like watching him start for the first time?
I don't think there's a player in the building I'm more proud of. We have a really close relationship, and so we don't just talk, you know, about football. We talk about life, and there's nobody I'm more excited to watch, just because the belief I have in him, and the sky's the limit and just see his evolution as a player and as a man. I think the world is really going to be shocked by what they see, and yeah, I'm just very proud of him. And you know, he played lights out, and I'm proud of the entire offense, the way that they ran the ball, the way that our receivers caught the ball, the way that Juwan caught the ball. I'm proud of the entire offense. Special teams played great today. So it's good when all the things come together like that.
Is this the fastest group of linebackers you guys have had since you've been here? And can you feel like how disruptive that is when you're out there?
Certainly, I've had times to be on the sideline in preseason and at the end of the game, and you can see we have a very fast unit. I think not just at the linebacker, we have a fast defense. I just think that kind of goes with the game. I mean, a lot of teams try to build that way to have a lot of speed on defense, and we're fortunate that we have a lot of speed and playmakers. Hey, thank you guys. Be blessed.
How we doing?
Good. Dumb first question. How good does this feel right now? That kind of performance?
I gotta kind of say with DeMario, like that was for the city, you know. So shout out to the city of New Orleans. You know, we did that for them. We knew how much it would mean to get a great victory for that region. They've been through so much, and for us to be able to celebrate this victory with them, it's just hats off to them for their resilience, right? Because they motivated us, they inspired us to come out there and ball.
3 different times in the first half, you took off and ran for first downs. How important was it in your mindset to not make a mistake, but take what they gave you, and if that meant running, that's what you're going to do?
Yeah, so, you know, Drew always preached, it's about the decision, not the result, right? Sometimes the decision is throwing a ball away, sometimes the decision is running, tugging, sometimes the decision may be taking a sack. So the more that we keep making the right decision, it'll take care of itself.
The touchdown to Deontay, was that 13 personnel? What did you see just that let you know that's where you wanted to go with the ball?
Oh, when Sean called it, I told him I was going to throw it. I was on Deontay all day. I just, hey, keep your speed. It's going to come. You know, Sean called an amazing game. The offensive line was doing an excellent job. And the way we dominated the line of scrimmage in the run game, I knew that it was eventually going to come. And it was there, and we hit it.
What was the last 24 hours like, just leading up to this game for you as far as just mentally being ready for this moment?
You know, we were prepared. You know, that was our message today. My trainer hit me with a text this morning, and he said, you know, pressure is for the unprepared. And I think one thing that we consistently did as a unit with Sean, even with Jay Roman, with our whole organization, is despite the adversity of having to be in Dallas, despite all the things that happen at home, I think our mindset stayed the same. We were preparing to play against Green Bay and play the best football that we can. So we did that.
Do you think, obviously, this is just game one of what you hope is a great second chapter to your career, but do you think you'll take a moment with your wife or in private just after the last year and a half of signing with the Saints on a minimum deal, sitting for a year, and just kind of reflect on, you know, how well things went today after what was a year of? Yeah,
you know, it's Coach says all the time, we're in a race to get better. You know, we're going to celebrate this game today, but like I said, it's people that's been in way worse positions than me right now. It's people still in Louisiana without power, right? I'll probably reflect when the season's all over, right? But right now, man, we're in a race to get better. We got to keep getting better. There's some things on film that I'm not going to like when I watch it tonight. So we all just got to get better still.
What did you think of Juwan's after the 2 fourth-down catches, 2 touchdowns?
I was excited, man. I told him like that is countless hours of us working together in the off season, building the rapport. And he showed up, and I told him for the game, I said, hey, when you're in the game, I'm going to be throwing you the ball, right? But I think he just did a good job of going up there and making some great catches for us. But really, it was a great team effort. We had some people stand out, but our defense, when you hold Aaron Rodgers 1 to 10 on 3rd down, like that's just incredible. As our offense dominated the line of scrimmage, our offensive line, when we are able to hold one of the top offenses of last year to 3 possessions and a half, that's the type of stuff that we preach about: dominating the line of scrimmage, about playing complementary football, and that's how you win football games.
The first one that you threw to Juwan, it was almost like a basketball rebound coming down. Is that something specifically you guys had worked on together? And talk about your level of confidence with him to come down with that.
You know, one thing about in the red zone is just giving your guy a chance. We preach that all the time, and we got guys that can go up and attack the ball. And he did a great job of not only catching the ball, but coming down in bounds. So that's kudos to him. But it doesn't start without the great protection and the great play call. Sean trusting us, like we converted a 4th down on that drive. Him just being who he is. You know, I think that was one of the most exciting parts for me, is getting a chance to finally play for Sean Payton.
We have time for 2 or 3 more. I was just going to ask you about that exact play. When you guys were just making the decision to go for it on 4th and 7, did you know which play call he was going to love? Like, had you guys worked on
Well, I had a feeling what he was going to go with. You know, I was like, I really don't want to come off the field, Sean, but that's just who he is. You know, before the game, I was like, hey, man, it's a privilege to finally hear your voice in this mic, man. So, but we got to keep getting better. We're going to keep growing. It was a great complimentary win today.
And to follow up on what I asked Mario when you were in here about how just Sean handled the whole situation of the 2 weeks in Dallas and sort of not letting the team
well, we know Sean is a great leader, but we have a great team. Like, this organization is unbelievable. Like Jay Romick, like his planning, the way that we handle the logistics. You know, shout out to our equipment people for being able to manage all the moving. Like, this was like a home game for us. We had everything set up perfectly, and special shout out to Ms. Benson. Like, the way that she invests in us, the way that she provides the opportunity for us to grow and to have no worries. It really tells a lot about this organization. But like DeMario said, it starts with the leadership of Sean and him just always being able to adapt to certain things. It starts with us believing in Sean and believing in the people that this organization has put in place to do that job. And I can't forget about Derek too. But we have some great people that are working every single day, just like we're out there working on the practice field to help make our life easier.
Juwan was saying how excited he was about the tight end screen and waiting for it to be called. When you guys were going through your meetings, did you have any particular play you were looking at like that, like this is going to work?
Well, I mean, one play that I really was looking at and I really visualized it was the first drive where we did like a double move with Deontay. I just visualized, like I dreamed about throwing the touchdown in that play. And I was able to scramble and get a first down, and I really wanted that one, but they were playing really soft. But really, the way that play looked in practice, we were thinking like, man, we wouldn't call this play, but it was only in that situation where it was a 4th down that we might call it, because it was just a great call, and Sean Payton did what Sean Payton does.
We have time for one more.
James, on that 4th and 7, Sean said you guys were looking, it was based on a look from something last year. But what was that looking? Did you know as soon as you heard it, like that play was going to be money? And just what kind of confidence does that give you when the play callers that locked in?
Well, I trust Sean wholeheartedly. Every time he's speaking to me and like he gets to talking about details, and I'm like, hey, coach, I trust you. All right, we're going to rock with you. But the specific look is just them just playing soft zone. Screens are very good against soft zone coverage. We had Zadarius Smith on Juwan, so we know he was going to get a good rush. So he set him up and slipped right in, and offensive line did a great job of building kind of like a little funnel for him to get behind, and he did a great job getting that extra yardage.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
6 first downs on this drive. Little push pass to Kamara. He is in for the touchdown. Winston keeps, throws, and caught for the touchdown. Johnson. 2nd down and 7. Rodgers throws and he's picked. Intercepted by Paulson and Debo. 3rd down for Green Bay. Aired out down the middle. Pass is picked. Intercepted by Marcus Williams. He's turned loose and touchdown, Hogan. The non-interception. Here's Winston wide open. Touchdown, Johnson, his second. On second down, aired out, Deontay Harris. He's got it, touchdown, another for Winston.
Than that, 38-3, the worst loss of Aaron Rodgers' NFL career. The Saints played as well complimentary football as they possibly can, and it's early in the season. Obviously, there's a lot of improvement to be made, but it's going to be hard to take a lot of steps forward after that one because they played so well offensively, defensively, and on special teams. The yards don't mean a whole lot offensively because they're able to cash in on the turnovers that were forced, 3 to be exact. Turnovers that were forced by the defense, and then the offense was able to get the 5 touchdown passes from Jameis Winston. That's the 4th quarterback in franchise history with 5 touchdown passes in a single game. He only needed 148 yards to do so, and that's the fewest yards in a 5 touchdown passing game since 1948. So that tells you exactly how efficient this offense was and how dominant this defense was to hold Green Bay, one of the great offenses in the NFL, to only 3 points. So Saints have something positive to build on. Obviously had some missing parts in this game, including Michael Thomas, David Onyemata. Those guys won't be back for several weeks, but they have a lot to build off of on this game, a lot of positive momentum, and certainly they made the best of their stay in the Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area. So hopefully they'll be able to continue on that as they prepare for the Carolina Panthers in Game 2. Best thing is they're 1-0. Everything is locked up in the division, and of course you got to keep step with everyone in the division. This becomes a division game, the second game against Carolina, so that takes on even more importance because the first thing first is you have to win your division if you want to be a playoff team, or at least that's one of the first goals. You want to win your division to be a playoff game. So the Saints will go to Carolina, they'll go to Charlotte, and they will play the Panthers in Week 2 and hopefully build off a really, really big win on opening weekend in the NFL.